What's going on, guys? Happy Wednesday. Welcome back to another live stream of Down the Rabbit Hole. We are currently working on week three's project, which is what are we doing? We're drawing the fennec fox this week. So last week was the Arctic fox, this week was the fennec fox. Trust me, I wish I got something different than a fox, but I guess January is going to be full of foxes. But yeah, we're working on that tonight. The plan would be to learn a little bit about the fennec fox and then work on drawing. So it'll be a little bit of a National Geographic time. I actually pulled up something from BBC, and we're gonna do that. So that's the plan. Then I can show you what I've been working on and what progress I have made, and then we're going to continue to work on it just a little bit tonight. So we'll put in some time after we do a little bit of research. So that's the plan, and that's what we're going to do. So let's hop over onto the desktop, and then I'll show you. Oh, actually, let's hop into the studio, and I'll show you where I'm at. So tonight, what I did was so I've been working on the background. The excuse me. The fennec fox is native to the Sahara Desert and like northern Africa. As we read about. We're going to learn about a little bit more about it today. I really haven't had time to do anything other than set up the space and pick out some colors. And the plan is to kind of get a better look at the desert, and then I'll show you. I actually did do a drawing, so this week I put together this sketch, and there's our fox. Now, I don't necessarily, maybe I'm going to use that, maybe I'm not. I really just wanted to get like more of an idea of like the head shape and get a look at what's going on. But because this fox has such big ears, I wanted to do something antenna related. So it would be kind of cool. So here's kind of my idea if I could get it to work out. Put fox over in this corner. Well, I didn't set up the desk correctly today. I wanted to show off all the golden paint I own that I do use, because there's no reds. I don't know. Well, I know what happened to the red. I can see a painting here that took up all the red. All the paintings that took up all the red. But my idea would be to, kind of put the fox over here off to this side. Okay, markers, you're gonna get in the way too. Everything today. It's just been one of those days today where like little things are just making other things a little bit more frustrating. That's okay. There are days like that. You can either just take a break, which sometimes I find is best. Like I do a lot of things considering I work, and then we game, we stream, we game again. There's a lot of stuff that happens. So, idea would be UFO on one side. We're going to minus out our friend here. Get him flying up over here. And then our fox over here. Kind of listening in. Or playing coy. I don't know. Still a little confused on how I'm going to get everything to work out, but I think after taking a couple of days to look at the background, I know what's wrong with it. We really just need the shadow on one side, where this has shadow like on two sides. I do like this one where it kind of curves and you can actually see where the slope down starts, and I think that's like more of what I want it to look like. But in reality, it doesn't matter. This yellow is terrible. I'm going to change the color of the yellow. I just wanted to block it all in and see what it looked like first. And I also might end up painting in the sky, just because I don't know if this background is going to work for what I want. So we'll see. We'll see if all those things happen. But first, we're going to check out a little. This is called The World's Smallest Wild Dog. Dogs in the wild. I think this is about our fox. Yeah. Okay. It's calling it a small dog. So let's jump over onto the desktop. I'm going to pop this into full screen because I did that today. So for your enjoyment. Look at that. Nice big screen. Wild. Like this shot right here.
The fading light.
Well, let me pause.
The fading light of dark.
Like that's it. How do I paint that? Come on. How does that? What does that look like? Highlights from one side. That's so much like dark brown. We gotta recreate that. So somewhere in between there and, oh man, now the split screen may not look as good, and I apologize for that. But I don't know. Oh, can we? No. Maybe we have to have that line on there. Which is okay. I'd rather have the top title. And that picture's very dark. Anyways, we're going to try to mix a better tan color. It's been a long time since I've mixed paint. But we're just going to work on this and see how it goes. Okay. I don't know what I'm doing. It's so fascinating to try to do things when you have no idea what you're doing. Alright, so I got a plate. That's step one. Step one. Now let's mix some paint that's a better color. I really want to make this like this bright, really bright blue. So I feel like the desert like brings out this like super bright, vibrant blue that I just don't have right now. Like I want to paint it the brightest blue I have. Which would be something like this fluorescent blue. Should I do it? I feel like I should do it just so I can better judge the colors. I'm just going to block it in real quick that way, because I really just don't think I can use the background. As much as I really want to incorporate the background, I just don't think in this case it's going to work to my benefit. And I don't know if I'm going to like shape the whole painting around what could be or couldn't be a treacherous sky. I feel like that's not worth it. So we're going to just paint it blue. I'm going to make an executive decision. And I guess these days that's all I have time for. Just make the decision. Oh dear. Maybe I need to paint this white first. What should I use to paint it white? Should I just use cheap acrylic white paint? I can. I have a lot of it. And this stuff like literally turns into white glue if you don't use it, so we should use it. If it already hasn't already. If it hasn't already. What am I saying? Maybe I shouldn't talk when I paint. Okay. No. Oh, drafting desk is so much fun. There's a little bit of blue in it. It's fine. but I really want it to be like a really bright blue. So we're gonna work on this real quick. And just because we're here, this is a good time. I'm not gonna put any clouds in the sky, I don't think, for this one. I really want it to be super bright. And 52 paintings in a year is such a huge commitment. I don't think I'm going to make it. I was thinking about quitting today. So here we are. But we're halfway through this one, so let's just finish at least week 3. We can be like, okay, I gave up on week 3. Right? You don't want to give up on... You can't give up on week 1 because you just started. And week 2 is just like way too early to give up. But week 3, I mean, if you get past week 3, then you're going to probably end up finishing. But if you give up on week 3, it's all good. It's understandable. Everyone will be okay with it. Probably should have painted this whole canvas white first with the cheap paint, but that's okay. Paint like a printer, huh? Stripes. Chill. I should have done this before. But I had to edit some video today. I needed to finish a video edit for the Hot Wheels channel today. It's going to be fun adding different random challenges throughout the year, because I'll probably get bored of just rolling for, a couple of things and get into some bigger things, maybe some bigger paintings. I just have to get one system running, and then I can pretty much start adding to it. But I'm just trying to get a nice even coat. I didn't want to have to wash out a sponge brush, but really sponge brushes are the best for this part, because they have such a big face, and I don't have anything with that's very big. Oh dear. Sometimes that happens though, which is weird with your foam brushes, where it'll just like get super chunky. Now here's the problem with my paint. It's like, oh, that was satisfying maybe. Oh, that was terrible. There's like a piece of, if you can see, paint starts getting old, like starts getting chunky. So, oh no. So I'm just trying to use some of my art supplies before everything totally goes bad. Alright, fantastic. That's good. We've done what we need to do there. I need to then paint the blue in, which is going to be the next big part. Let's set the white aside for a second. I did have like how to tear the weirdest piece off possible. Like, how did that happen? Shouldn't have done that. Okay, well, we're gonna do that. Maybe I'll clean the cap, see if I can figure out what the source of the problem is, because sometimes, like, it's just it's like a gooey cap problem. It seems to be the case here too. So there's ways to get, like, clean your paint out. You could probably take it all out and stir it too. Pull any chunks out of it, but you know, you have time to do that. All right. Next step to this process is we're going to take, well, we may as well use whatever white paint we have. I did get this cup over here just for this purpose. Oh my goodness, the lid is crazy stuck. So I can just throw my brushes into something. I don't need the lid anymore. It can go in the recycle bin, just like this cup's going to be recycled. All right. Perfect. Okay, now I want to mix another color for this because I really don't like these colors. I do have a lot of browns here, which is, I guess, a good thing. Not too many oranges. I don't know if this is a cardinal sin. Can I not mix goldens with, like, Tina's acrylic craft paint? Anita's, sorry Anita. Anita's all-purpose white paint. Is it against the rules? I don't know. Is there rules to making art? I don't think so. But there might be. I would really like to know all the rules. Because sometimes when people make art, I'm like, yeah, that's amazing. Like, how did you do that? And then when you see art that I make, you're like, wow, well, children make art like that. And I'm like, I understand. But sometimes that's your skill. You're just a child level artist. Let's see. But then you gotta practice, is the plan. Like, if you're not great at it, you gotta practice. Or you'll never learn how to do it magically. I don't think painting's magic. Okay, let's make this this color now. I have two. We're going to be using some new products here on the channel today. I have two different colors of golden here. I have the Naphthol red medium And I have benzimidazole yellow medium. You know, every time I decide that I'm going to read something live on the stream, I immediately regret it because why? Why couldn't it have been like red or like chartreuse? Why did it have to be the craziest word? Anyways, so we have red and yellow here. I'm going to mix mainly yellow, and I'm going to try to get a tan from this. I can also use this transparent, but I don't think these golden, I don't technically think like these golden transparents here. I think this is for laying over your piece, not as a main base coat. So we're gonna open these up. These are brand new, and we're gonna try to, well, yeah, we're just gonna use the white paint that's here. We'll mix some golden in if we need to. So a little fresh seal. See if it makes a sound. My mic isn't quite close enough. Oh, look at that. That already has a plastic seal on it as well, unless that's a plastic seal that did not come off. Oh, no, I pulled out. No, it's a piece of plastic for sure. But also a little bit of goo. Okay. Give it a good shake. Okay. Red. Wow, golden. I'm surprised. Maybe someone's been in there poking holes in your golden, artists and craftsmen. You're kind of in the hood down there. There we go. That is a piece of plastic, I believe. Yeah, that word's red. But I don't need very much of it. That's the thing. I probably only need that, to be very honest. This is retarder. This is for slowing the dry time. This is airbrush medium. I don't need that. What is this one? Oh, this one doesn't have releaser. Golden releaser. I don't remember. Okay. But what we're going to do is we're going to do a little test. And we're going to do a little test. So what's our plan here? Oh, yellow. Sorry. And we're going to try to make a beige color. So there's a little bit of yellow with my white. My Anita's white. I should have made lots more. What am I making? Come on, Anita's white. Give me some actual white. Nice, nice. Oh, it's good. It's good. It's not good. Chunk part. Okay, good. Oh, that might not be good. Nope, we're okay. We're a mess, but we're okay. Okay, I'm gonna push the painting up a little bit and all the paint up so you can get more of an action shot of what's going on down here on camera 2. What a mess. Okay, but we're still trying to make a nice beige color. With Thousand Island dressing color. Oh, too much ketchup. Too much ketchup. A little bit more mayo. Right? That's how we're making this one. should really mix with. Oh, there's some yellow down there. Okay. But I want like a gray color of this too. But I made enough, so we're good to go. Oh. We could probably add a little bit more white to it. Let's not get any of that garbage in there. Actually, I should probably just throw this away right now. The problem with putting paint into small napkins is you go to like wipe your hand off with it and all of a sudden you're holding more paint than what you started with. Oh, okay. Oh man, I love painting. This is why I did not wear my overalls today. Just such a mess when I do it. Okay. So this is like a beige sand color. And we're gonna really like just try to highlight one side of the dunes. And this may be far too light. That's okay too. We're just gonna be blocking in kind of some color here. Could be like a line there. Remember, this guy's going to be bright blue, so it's going to really make this a whole different color when we get to the sky. Okay. Keep adding. And so like this would go, you would have it go down into the valley, right? And it might be like bleeding over a little bit. I don't know. I'm not giving it the right texture, but this side would definitely be bright, right? So maybe it like goes down and it comes up to this point. Then we get another ridge, right? And it could come and be overshadowed, right? The ridge like scooped up from the bottom. Just trying to like see what would happen. I mean, you would get, this one would be like a darker brown on the inside of this, because this would all still be pretty bright. That's saying our light source is coming from over there. And there might be a shadow like right in there, but then it'd be bright again right here. Except you wouldn't really see it because it's on the something like this. And there wouldn't be like much, there wouldn't be much yellow here. And this all has to kind of change. Because again, we're going to have another sweeping face where it's getting a lot of light here. But maybe the shadow from here is like casting to here. And you can see the shadow. Right, the shadow is casting a little bit onto there. That could make sense. But it would just have to be more shaped like the ridge, you know? I'm going to cast a shadow. I don't quite want this so harsh. And that has to be brown. And this is going to be bright colored again. Up to the ridge this is sitting on. Probably better brushes to do this with, I'm sure. But to be fair, I kind of paint like I play video games, just like whatever weapon I get, whatever, I don't really care most of the time. Whatever tool I'm using, I'm just trying to make it work. Because I'm always interested in like what do people do when they don't have the best. I mean, all these supplies are on the higher end of quality, except maybe Anita's Craft Supply Paint bought at the good old Hobby Lobby, because I needed white paint. There was one in between my house and where I was going, so like, we got it done. But so like if this is going to cast a shadow, right? It's going to be light again. Like let's put a dune back there. Let's give it some more depth. Right? Put a little bit of shadow under that. Right? Like there can be more than one dune. They could peak. And then, what happens if they peak? Like that one peaked and it's white. And it just kind of like rolls that way. And then there's a dark spot. Weird. Oh man, this gets confusing. Okay, but let's just put in like what we know, and then maybe we can get fancier. I don't remember what brown I used. I hope it was burnt sienna. Give this a good shake. We're not doing great, and just to let you know, we are going to paint that sky in blue eventually. So this is not going to look so terrible, hopefully. Let's hope that's the case. It might look terrible. That's okay though. We're okay with that. If that is the I don't know, I feel like if that's not it's not the goal, but it's okay if it comes out, if it doesn't come out, because this is kind of a recycled piece of canvas. So let me just drip a little bit of this high flow on here, and let's just put it right in there, like patching a hole in the wall. The only reason I want to do this is because I kind of want to see. So, like, what if there's a shadow in here? And then it would be really bright again, I guess, on the inside of that. But, like, I have no clue what I'm doing. This is always fun. Welcome to the stream. I have no clue what I'm doing. That's alright though. We're just gonna keep on rolling. Hi Kylie. Just waiting for paint to dry. Yeah, I'm working on just kind of blocking in some color still. I would have liked to have more time, but I'm trying to get ahead on a couple other projects, so this one kind of fell by the wayside. That didn't work, did it? It's okay. I was hoping that would have worked better. Shadows are kind of crisp, but then sometimes they blur a little bit. So I was just hoping that would like blur. But I feel like it didn't, the exact opposite. Oh wow, that took on a mind of its own. Nope, I need to actually like make that a line. Like if that is coming down, there's a curve and a curl. Just make that the line. And it should be pretty consistent to that color. Okay, that's alright. That was a good experiment. We want kind of harsher lines, high contrasting things for this one, so that's okay. It was just maybe a thought. This is okay too. I kind of like this like yellow wave, but not if I'm going to try to build a place for my little rabbit to hang out. I still need to figure that out. If I want it to look like he's standing in the foreground, I'm going to have to build probably the shadow part out a little bit, which is okay. Let's try to do that with the black. Oh, I just don't know. My problem is right now is that there's too many paints drying. And I really want to do the blue. And I really want to let the tan dry a little bit. I don't know. That one like peaked. Yeah, I see. So maybe if I come, like, I like how this one, if I put the brown line in, hold on, let me just put a little bit here. Like if I put a brown line in here, right? I kind of get the look that like that. That one's behind it. I could almost attach it here. Right? So if I attach it there, oh, something's wrong. Too much. All my paints are mixing. That's what's wrong. No, then I'm gonna need some dark browns in here, I feel. I need the brown here. Maybe not. Maybe we get a little bit of. Okay, I gotta calm down because at this point I really can't paint anymore without it just being like a mess of like we don't know what's going on. But I want to make that dog sitting on, so it can't be, we kind of need to like harshly curve this so that it looks like this dune. He could be standing on this dune. You know, like I kind of gotta cut it deep. It still might not look correct. It's okay. What's the worst that could happen? I got paint over it? Meh. It's alright. It'll be okay. You know why? Because it doesn't matter. My only stipulation is that I have to get this painting done in a week, so I guess I have 2 more solid days. I didn't really want to be painting with this tiny lining brush, but this is what I got. I seem to buy really small brushes, but if you look at all the canvases I buy, they're huge. I don't know what kind of torture I'm into. Oh dear, no one told me that the... Yeah. Okay, well, we're working on layers of mountains is the plan here, but like I'm getting to a point where, like I said, it's not even about layering mountains. I'm starting to like just mix paint on my canvas, which is okay too. Like, let's be a little bit more free with what we're doing, you know? Okay, there's some things that I would like to work out. But first, let's give... I wanted to get some more of this this beige on here, just so I don't waste it. And it just sits here and dries. So I'm just going to quickly just kind of give some strokes in the direction that I think the sand may be going, whether or not it gets there, or if that's a true thing is a different story. And I would like these to have a little bit more curvature, but I just don't know. I'm gonna have to practice drawing that tomorrow, and seeing what the shade looks like. Do some experiments, because that would be kind of helpful. So this is mostly brown, probably shadow casted to there. just gonna get, like I said, just a little bit more. And this might have like a squirrely shadow. It's because of that dune. Who knows? I'm gonna have to fix a few things here, but this is gonna give me a better start of what I'm actually looking at. And then like maybe this half is super bright. Experimenting, trying with different things. I really should watch some Bob Ross videos on how to paint these types of things, because who knows, I don't know what I'm really doing. But you never know until you try, so you gotta try to paint something. Yeah, the yellow is definitely too yellow. And the red, well, the red, it just adds a little pigment to the beige. I need to make a gray version of this to put in where the brown is. Like the brown is really just a space holder, but like in reality it's like this grayish blue color that the sand turns in the shadows. It's not brown. It just doesn't turn into dirt. Turns into like the reflection of the sky almost. That's why it's kind of important that I put the sky in blue, which I'm excited to do. I think that'll make it look much better. I'm gonna finish painting over this yellow as well, since I kind of like the way this looks. I still don't know if it's quite correct, but I like the way it looks. So we'll make it correct, I guess. This would be one of those opportunities to paint the sides and then you forget. Because you actually have the color. But it's hard to pick it up. And I actually have extra of the color, so that's good. I'm gonna definitely paint the sides today. I'm going to have to like lay off the paint though here, because I seriously am gonna be starting to have a problem. I think this should be dark all the way down back to the back, all the way back to here, because that's where the end of the mountain goes. And that can start there, and then the sun can be over there, and that's fine. The light source is good over on that side. Everything looks good other than, the shadow needs to come all the way out. And still, I don't think maybe our rodent could be standing there. Who knows? You can put some stuff in some funky places and people don't really, as long as you kind of fake it enough. Your brain wants to make sense of things. Your brain wants to have order. It doesn't like when things are out of order. It wants pattern. It wants consistency. That's why we love doing puzzles. Most people like doing a puzzle of some sort, whether it be a video game or Sudoku or whatever they call that math game for the nerds. No, I'm just kidding. That game's fun but frustrating. If you don't do it right, if you mess up things. Maybe if I was better at it, I'd play it more. Wow. It's 9 o'clock. We've done a little bit of painting today. We did a little bit of learning about the fennec fox and it being a tiny fox and having blood vessels in its ears that acted like an air conditioning system. What? Who would have known? Built-in air conditioning system in your ears. If you were late, you probably missed the BBC special on the fennec fox that we reviewed. It was pretty interesting though. Well, I could really treat this like a class. I could be like, well, if you want to see that, I put a link on my page and you can go over and watch that for today's class. But I mean, I already know how to pretty much do all that stuff because of work. How do I apply all the skills I have to something useful and practical the world needs? I have no clue. But if I keep doing the things I like doing, eventually I'll die doing them. No, it's fine. We're just chilling and painting. No big deal. Oh man, that is wet now on that side. That's a mistake. And that's the biggest problem with painting the edges. Like, now it's wet. But I wanted to use some of this paint, not waste it. So, here we are. Different types of artists. Although I waste a lot of paint. I mean, we could argue that every time I paint something, I'm wasting paint. Wasting paint, canvas, and time. I might argue that, actually. Most of the time I would argue that. Like I said, I'm just kind of layering this in because I have the paint, not necessarily this will be the final color, but I want to get a good light base tone so that if I do paint anything over it, it'll be nice and bright. I won't have to do so many coats. And this may need to like have a shadow. I don't know. Maybe not. It might be just fine. Yeah, I don't know quite. I'm gonna have to take, like I said, I'm gonna have to do some studying tomorrow about how I want to do this, because I should be able to put some little bumps back here to give it a little bit more texture so it's not so smooth. But the Sahara Desert is quite like wind blown. I was holding that paintbrush towards me. How dangerous! And I'm wearing my. Oh, I am wearing my nice sweater. I lied. The one that doesn't have paint on it all over it yet. Whew. And then I gotta figure out what's going on here. But I figure it's easier to add the lighter color first. The darker color will just absorb everything. I'm still getting a little bit of the black texture from the painting that was on this previously too. So I'm trying to like blot that out a little bit. It's like a cover-up tattoo. It's like what most people are doing with those recycled pieces from thrift stores. Okay, I'm done. I'm done with that. How dry is the white? Oh, the white's dry. Good. Perfect. Let's get the white in. It's already 9:04. Let's get the white in. I've done most of the tan. I'm going to call that a success there for the tan. And yes, I definitely want to put the white in now. Let's put those up there. Or the blue. Okay, we're going to put in the blue. We're going to flip it all upside down. We're going to throw everyone for a loop. Loop-de-loop. And we're going to paint the sky fluorescent blue. Okay, here we go. Fluorescent blue. Let's see how this works. Ooh, the fluorescent is thin. Guess we're just gonna go with it. How much we can do. I was hoping it was a little bit darker. I wonder if it's actually fluorescent though. That's another fun thing to check. It says fluorescent blue, but is it fluorescent? Oh, it is fluorescent. Hold on. You guys see that? It is fluorescent blue, which is pretty cool. Like, that makes it a lot better. Let's hit the lights in the studio. Look at that. So now that whole sky is gonna shine, like glow. But no wonder it didn't cover, because it's not built for covering, it's built for glowing. Okay, well that's cool. What's this help? Don't use the fluorescent blue for anything other than like weird highlights. Okay, but let's give it a good fluorescent blue coat then. I could have left a message in there for somebody. They would never find. They would never be like, oh, let's hit this with the black light. Luckily that fluorescent blue doesn't dry under black light. But I will make a brighter blue for the sky. Now I've kind of ruined it. At least for right now. Tonight's episode. Looking better though. I'm not gonna lie. From what it looked like this morning, I was really not motivated to paint anymore. I was really just gonna be like, you know what? This one was better in the recycled canvas bin. Where it belongs. And it still might get there, you know. It still might end up in the recycled artist bin. Man, trying to stretch this as far as it'll go, because it's really pretty much paint over all of this, unless I can get it to just be. This says slowing drying time, but this does not actually, I don't think this thins it out, and I don't think we want that. Let me just add this, a little bit of this. Okay, so it kind of just re-wets it. But now, like, shouldn't the whole thing, like, kind of glow? Well, I don't know. You can't really tell. It is fluorescent, though. If this was in a blacklight museum, you'd... Okay, well, that's interesting. Well, now I know I have fluorescent lights, so if I wanted to do one of those weird skeleton paintings that people are doing, or paints, I could. I don't know if you can tell, but like, the tip of my paintbrush is really glowing. It's hard to tell. Okay, it's hurting my eyes. It's good to have one of those though if you cure enamel paints. I was actually able to like cure my nail polish pretty quickly the other day. I tried it out because I actually bought it to fix my windscreen or windshield, depending on where you're watching this from. I tried to repair my windshield, or I need to, because there's a chip in it from where a rock has made a small chip. It's better to take care of a chip now before it turns into a long crack, so that's my plan, is to try to be proactive. Oh man, that was a lot of work just to know that I'm going to have to paint all of this over. I want it so much brighter. I really do. I don't really want to have to deal with this either. Here we go. Turn it over. You know, not too bad. Not too bad. I'm not saying I love it, but I'm not hating it as much as I was this morning. Like, I really got up and I was like, I do not want to do this. So, we got this. I'm going to end this stream probably pretty soon because we're getting to a point where I'm feeling good with making some progress today. Like I said, I had a lot of things to do today, and I was able to catch up on a few things, and I'm trying to get ahead. The plan is to get ahead so that I can continue creating art, because there's a lot of things that'll derail this project. So I want to try to get ahead on my other projects as much as I can, so I can focus a little bit on painting this year. So yeah, that's what we came up with, our Sahara Desert so far. We have our little fennec fox that I'm hoping will go here somewhere, maybe, and then I'm gonna put the UFO kind of scanning over here. So I'm hoping like I can pull this look off. I don't know though. Anyways, I think that's gonna be it for tonight. I might just put on some more layers of this tan paint just to get the edge done, but I think this will look good. I think the blue will look better, and then I'm going to do a little bit of experimenting tomorrow to try to get a better idea of what exactly I want to do for so here we are with all the ideas and all the fallen soldiers of paint that need to be closed. I'm notorious for not closing my paint. And now that the stream's over, I'm going to just do a little bit of cleanup. And yeah, kind of just hanging out. Well, thanks for tuning in, and happy Wednesday, everyone. That was kind of fun. It's been a while since I've really it's been a long time since I've done any type of landscape painting, and it's been even longer. Well, I've never tried to paint desert ever, so that's completely new. And I would put more of this brown in, but the brown's gonna go, and I'm gonna try to make more of a bluish and gray tan color. So like a bluish gray will kind of come in for the shadows, I think. Like a real khaki brown. Yeah, well, that's going to be it for this stream. I hope everyone enjoyed it and is having a good week out there. Happy Wednesday, because it is the middle of the week. It's been it snowed here today in Seattle. It snowed while we were at school and working, so that was interesting. Every time it snows when we're at school, focus turns to 0. It's like, oh wow, the snow, will it stick? And that's all we do is talk about the weather for a few days. But other than that, it was okay. Driving to work was kind of sketchy this morning. We had a 2-hour late start, which kind of threw off everyone's day. So, I don't know. I'm just going to keep continuing on to work on this project, and on Friday, the next time we meet, or the next time I do a live stream, I'll hopefully have a finished project or something that's pretty close to finished that I can kind of still work on. Yeah, that's going to be it for me today. I'll paint in that sky before you guys see me next, and unfortunately, if I want it to be fluorescent like it is, let me just pop off the lights. Maybe that's how we'll end this one out. If I want it to be fluorescent how it is, I'm going to have to add that in later. You know what I'm saying? Because once I put that that blue over it, it's probably going to cover all of it up. But that is kind of a cool effect that it has on it. It does show up in that fluorescent light. Anyways, I'm not going to bore us with fluorescent light, Bill Nye the Science Guy stuff. And yeah, everyone be safe out there. Have a good rest of your week, and we'll see you on. I can just turn to the desktop. Oh man, a little lineup of paints. Yeah, so everyone have a good week out there. We'll see you on Friday. Hopefully, I'll be here painting away, trying to finish my 52 weeks of painting. This is week 3. So, yeah, we'll see if I get any better over a year of painting. Hopefully that happens. Hopefully I can finish painting a whole year of painting. All right. Good night, everyone. Peace.